Well, hey, this is Mark the Mind Coach. In this video, I want to reveal a simple way to accelerate your learning skills. Well, hi, my name is Mark, and in this video, I'm going to reveal some very easy, a really easy process that you can learn and start today and accelerate your learning. Accelerate your ability to recall and take action towards learning new information. And how do we do this? The main way is through how we store and sort our information in a mind map. By creating a simple mind map in what it is you want to learn, how you want to store it, then you can access that in a really easy and rapid way. Friends is one of our favorite shows, and we've got the map of their 2 apartments in France. And in this example, I want you to imagine that everything that you're learning has a room. And in each of those rooms is where you walk into that room and download the information that relates to whatever that subject is. So if you're learning something, create a spatial map inside your head and how you would like to store and sort this information. So each room is a different subject. Each room is a different thing that you're learning. And then when you are going to learn that or take on new information or store any information that relates to that subject in particular, you step into that room. Allow all the information to come into that room. Store it in that room. And then when you finish learning, step out of that room and just tell your mind, this is the place where all that information is to be stored. And then it stores and sorts so that then when you need to access or recall that information, all you need to do is go back in that room and all the information is there. I don't know if you've ever experienced that. You've learned all this information and then it comes to doing an exam or doing an essay and you step into a totally different spatial area, whether it's in a hall or whether it's in a room that's different to where you learnt the information. Then when you go to write information down or you start to answer questions, for some reason the information isn't accessible. It's harder to find, it's harder to access. Why is that? It's because we've created a spatial place for where that information is stored, and where that information is stored we don't have access to that because we've got nerves, we've got the stress of getting the end result what we want. We want to do well, but we're unsure about some of the questions. Whatever it is that may be in the way of you achieving the end result, is because of how we store the information. So over the next 12 months, if you were to store the information in a simple mind map and then access that information when you need it by going into that room, you'll begin to notice how easy it is to access that information and how easy it is to recall that information when you need it. So, use your imagination. Allow your imagination to utilize the information that you've learned. So for example, you're learning a subject in particular and you walk into that room and then allow that information just to be all in that room around you. So that then, by stepping into that room, when you're in that exam or doing that assessment, the information is already there, so you have access to it at a rapid rate. When we're inputting information is coming through our 5 senses. So we see, hear, feel, smell, taste. There's all our senses are taking in and drawing in the information, and then we're storing that all over the place depending on the stimulus that we're using. If you take that information and create a space for that information, then you're creating an easily accessible location to recall that information faster and easier. How do we do this? What is an easy way to allow this to happen? Well, we have what we call tunnel vision and peripheral vision. So when we're learning a subject, we have all our ideas or our own internal dialogue happening when we're learning a subject, and then that sort of can cloud our ability to take in more of the information that we're learning. So how do we access more information? By opening the stimulus of our what we see, what we hear, and what we're feeling at the time, so that then when we're accessing that information, we're accessing more information, and we're storing it in a certain location, we can rapidly access that in such a faster way. So how do we do this? Well, a simple exercise to do when you're walking into a subject that you're learning, a certain subject that you're learning, you step into the room, you open up or expand your awareness. So what happens is when we're at tunnel vision, there's only so much information we're allowing in through our five senses. But when we expand our awareness, we're opening up our ability to allow more information in, and when we're creating a space to put it in, we have greater access to recall this information. Our mind is an amazing tool, and we underestimate its ability to recall and store information so that we can access it in a rapid, faster rate. So what do we do when you first get into a room that you're learning a certain subject in? You find a dot on the wall. And by finding the dot on the wall, what you're doing, you're taking your tunnel vision, and by focusing on that dot, you want to see the left and the right of you. And it's almost like you're expanding out your vision, and you can use your hands so that you can start to see where your hands are in your visual periphery vision, so that you can see them out here and to the top and the bottom, left and the right, top and the bottom, expanding your awareness. So you're opening up your ability to allow the information in, and then bringing your eyes down and then taking in the information. Remembering you're stepping into the room, expanding your awareness, and then allowing that information in, and then storing it so you have greater recall. Do you want to have a go? Okay, find a dot on the wall, focus on that dot. And as you're focusing on that dot on the wall, I want you to open up and see the left and the right of you, above and below, as expanding your awareness so that you can see and take in more information. Okay, and then start to look around and notice how much more information is coming through your senses. So you've expanded your awareness, you've allowed the information now that you're going to learn to come in at a rapid rate. So you're opening up, expanding your ability to take in more information, and then you're storing it inside your mind map so that you have access to it really quickly. And then you're going to be amazed at how simple this becomes, because it's quick. Sit down, dot on the wall, expand your awareness, open it up, then be aware of what's going on, taking in that information, storing it in this location that you want it to store it in. Then at the end, walk out of that room, walk out of that visual space, and then into the next room, into the next subject. When you're in the next subject, look at a spot on the wall, focus, open, expand your awareness, seeing above and below, left and right, using your hands just to get used to seeing that expanded awareness and how it feels and seems inside your mind, so you can see so much. Then bringing your eyes back to normal, so looking around, taking in all that information, being in the subject, taking in the information, putting it into a different room, into a different location, and allowing that information in, downloading that information, becoming consciously aware of how you're storing and sorting this information that's coming in. Okay, so what are the steps? Step 1, expand your awareness. Step 2, identify where you're going to store the information. And it's easy to create specific places for information that you're learning. So if you're learning one thing, it's in one room. If you're learning another thing, it's in another room. If you're learning something else, it's in another place. So that then you're creating a visual map of all the information that you're learning, and then you have access to that rapidly and quickly when you need it. So expanding awareness, identifying where you're placing the information, allowing that information to come in through your five senses, downloading the information exactly where you want it to be, and then at the end, closing the door, keeping the information in that space when you're going to another place. When you're learning a totally different new subject, same again, going into the room where that subject information relates. And you can get really creative with how you can access this information too. It can be via a computer, It can come out of books. It can be on the walls. It could be on a television when you're in there, that the information just comes up on the screen. Just be creative and identify what works with you. Some of us are visual, so we'll want to see something. Some of us are audible, so we want to hear something. So it's like turning on the TV, you're seeing the picture, hearing what it is you've heard. Remembering things, recalling things in an easy and accessible way. Feeling good, feeling confident, feeling powerful, feeling at ease, knowing that, yep, I know this, I got this, this is easy, I can do this, I can access this information easily. So expanded awareness, identify where you locate the information, identify how you're going to store the information in that room so that you can access that information however you want, whether it's visually, audibly, and then the feelings that go with it. Feel good, create powerful, positive, good, fun, exciting, great feelings when you're learning something, so that when it comes to needing to recall that information, it comes back easy, you're feeling good about it, and you recall it at a rapid rate. When you can identify how you learn, when you can identify how you store the information you learn, when you identify how to access more information in a faster rate, then you will have an amazing ability to recall this information faster and improve your end results at an amazing rate. Have fun, enjoy the process, and start this new way of learning. Start this new way of storing the information. Start this new way of expanding your awareness, opening up your learning ability, so that what you learn, you have access to. What you learn, you can recall easily. What you learn, you know where you've stored it. What you've learned, you can take hold of that information and utilize it in whatever it is that you're going for. Well, have fun, enjoy the process. This is Mark the Mind Coach. Remember to hit the like button if you found value in this video. Share it with your friends. Put a comment below. Tell me what you think, how you've transformed your learning and the success of how you've been able to recall this information faster. Well, this is Mark the Mind Coach. Have yourself a fantastic day. Remember to like. Remember to comment. Hit subscribe and enjoy these videos.